What is going on, everyone? I want to talk about this Mario Lopez situation. Apparently, he made some comments. He spoke about young kids being trans, and he made some comments that I thought were very logical, because y'all know I'm all about logic. But y'all know the loud minority on social media that just complains about everything. Of course, they have to be outraged about this. So we're going to get into it, all right? It says, following transgender remarks, Mario Lopez faced critics on left and right. While the extra hosts faced backlash for his initial comments, some conservatives are now calling him out for apologizing. Shortly after facing backlash for saying it's dangerous for parents to support their young trans children, extra host Mario Lopez now has critics on the right who are angered that he backtracked following controversial remarks. The worst thing Mario Lopez did is apologize. Brandon Tatum, owner of a conservative online clothing shop. First of all, Brandon Tatum is a content creator. Why don't they give us our credit for being content creators? They really don't want to say content creators. Anyway, wrote in a tweet that received more than 24,000 likes. Stand by what you said or shut the hell up. During Lopez's appearance on the Candace Owens show in June, the conservative commentator noted that Lopez's son has boyish interests and that it struck her as a weird trend that some celebrities like Charlize Theron are allowing their children to choose their gender identity. You know what's very interesting? Charlize Theron is purposely raising her adoptive son to to dress like a girl. And this is what goes on in Hollyweird. Hollyweird is a very weird place with weird people. Charlize Theron and people like her are all over Hollywood. And they champion this type of behavior. And what's very interesting is you have normal everyday people who are agreeing with this because they're messed up in the head. I'm kind of blown away too, Lopez responded. I'm never one to tell anyone how to parent their kids. Obviously, I think if you could come from a place of love, you really can't go wrong. But at the same time, my God, if you're 3 years old and you're saying you're feeling a certain way, or you think you're a boy or a girl, or whatever the case may be, I just think it's dangerous as a parent to make that determination. It's sort of alarming, and my gosh, I think about the repercussions later on, he continued. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? But of course, you got these advocacy groups that want to they want to champion this because they are groups of people, not all of them, but some of these groups are really have an obsession with turning out these young ones. They have an obsession with it. They want to turn them out. And they want parents to not be able to raise their kids. That's what we're going to. After this interview surfaced on Twitter earlier this week, Lopez faced widespread condemnation from the alphabet community. Advocacy groups, including national organizations of PF, and GLAAD. Medical and psychological experts and parents of children who are trans have long discredited the ideas that Mario Lopez shared, GLAAD wrote in a statement shared with NBC News and posted on Twitter. The real dangerous action is when someone with a public platform uses bad science to speak against vulnerable groups of kids. First off, this is the mindset of the type of people we have out here. It will be very difficult. It'll be very difficult to raise kids nowadays, especially in California or Atlanta or New York, some of these places that are very, very socially about any and everything, because you don't know the programming that's going to go into them kids. Now, again, I'm not making fun of those cities. I'm just using them as an example. But California's worse. But anyway, where this behavior is deemed okay, where the parents have very little say-so in how you raise your kids. You know, what's very interesting was that schools, you had schools, right? that were trying to parent the kids. And that had started all the way back, I think, since the early 2000s. It was seen as the parents were trying to basically tell the kids they don't have to listen to their parents. You got to listen to the teachers. You got to do your work. But your parents, if they act a certain way towards you, or if they give you too much discipline in the household, you tell us, we'll deal with it. You know, they went to the man's Wikipedia page and they did this. This is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Following the backlash, the Saved by the Bell actor apologized Wednesday, stating that his remarks were ignorant and insensitive, and added that he now has a deeper understanding of how hurtful they were. I have been and always will be an ordinate supporter of the alphabet community, and I'm going to use this opportunity to better educate myself, Lopez said in a statement emailed to NBC News. Moving forward, I will be more informed and thoughtful. The criticism of Lopez, however, did not end with his apology. Many conservatives are now criticizing the entertainer for caving to the pressure from a liberal rage mob. For everyone that is disappointed in Mario Lopez's statement about parents not letting their 3-year-old choose their gender, I'm disappointed that he apologized. One Twitter user wrote, "Own your opinions." Actor Antonio Sabato Jr. made it known that he, unlike Lopez, would never cave to Hollywood liberals. Let's make this clear. I will never apologize to Hollywood liberals about absolutely nothing, he wrote on Twitter. You are a bunch of fakes, non-respectful bunch of individuals. You put fear into people and dictate the outcome of many careers. A number of high-profile conservatives, including Donald Trump Jr., came to Lopez's defense. I literally can't see anything wrong with what Mario Lopez said here that would cause the outrage mob to destroy him, Trump wrote on Twitter. He was as responsible and accepting as anyone could be, but because he may have doubts about letting a 3-year-old make a permanent decision, he's killed. Owens defended Lopez and attacked those who criticized his remarks, writing, "Leftists are sick. PSA, bullying people into issuing public statements of apology so that they can keep their careers because they state a fact that a 3-year-old are not equipped to make life-altering decisions is why real Donald Trump is your president." Rob Smith, an openly gay conservative who has also discussed trans issues on the Candace Owens show, said he was disheartened by Lopez's apology, but understands why he made the decision to issue one. As soon as you deviate from the approved script for a moment, then the left gets nasty, Smith said. When I saw that the mob was coming for him, I knew it probably wouldn't take long for him to fold. I just didn't think it would happen so quickly. What? Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen quickly. He's still on TV. You know, a lot of those daytime TV shows like Extra, those are very super liberal. And their viewers are that way. You know, they have conservative viewers too. So it was only a matter of time. I believe he was contacted by those people that he works for, and they told him he had to say something. He had to make this go away. But obviously it's not going away. People are going to continue to speak about it. Smith, however, placed the blame on the Alphabet Media advocacy group GLAAD, which was among several organizations that criticized Lopez's remarks. If someone in Hollywood steps out of line, they organize celebrities and mob against that individual, Smith said. They don't want an apology, they want your submission. Anthony Ramos, GLAAD's head of talent, said that apology should always just be the first step in these type of situations, blah, blah, blah. Let me just say this, people. This is crazy to me. This fake outrage is ridiculous. That's all it is. You people have nothing better to do. He's speaking from a parent's perspective. He didn't tell people how to raise their kids, but because he has a platform. What about when people are out day to day in their neighborhoods, at work, and they're speaking their opinions, and people listen to them? They either agree or disagree. Or are you going to come after people then? You can't always try to control people's lives. You can try to control the online narrative, but you cannot control how people feel and how people think. And they are going to raise their kids the way they want to. The same is for me. If my kids don't want to listen to me, they won't be living with me. Those are facts. And that's how I would have it moving forward. I don't care how liberal this society is getting. I still make the rules in my home. It's simple as that. You're not going to raise the ones that I'm providing for. You can talk to your family a certain way. You can have them act a certain way, but you're not going to get someone like me to bend the knee to you because you are a low self-esteem, insecure individual who hate yourself and hate everybody else around you. A lot of these weirdos who are mad because of what Mario Lopez said, I think it had more to do. I don't think it's really just about what he said. I think it has a lot to do with how he said it. He was very dismissive. He had a this is gross tone to it. And I think that's what pissed off people the most, especially these weirdos who are upset about what he said. And this is exactly why, especially us as black people who are listening to this video, you have to stop supporting liberals because they have chained themselves to your struggle, quote unquote, in order to uplift themselves to be able to publicly shame anybody who disagrees with them by using you, by leeching off of all the issues that you have. This is why they've gotten as far as they have. And now this thing is becoming, it's becoming despicable, absolutely despicable.